Okay, folks, going to be right with you. Well, that's odd. Our opening didn't start up. I don't know exactly why that was the case, and that's a little bit upsetting. Well, let's go forward anyway. Fair enough. Technology is sometimes interesting, folks, and it can be challenging. And I apologize for that. But this is Michael Voss. I'm the Dragon of the Southern Tier here with you. And I thank you for joining us here at No Soundbites Allowed because we appreciate you. We thank you for spending your time with us, especially on a Saturday night. Now, the reason why I want to do this, and this is a little bit of a rant, this is a little bit of information, news that's going on. And regardless of any technical issues that may have started here, this is something that's kind of important. And I think a lot of people will find value in it because it's an issue you've probably heard about. It sounds like a rumor. It sounds like a conspiracy theory. And no one really ever has actual proof of it. But I believe I have that today. And so I'm going to explain that. Let me go back in time a little bit. On the 23rd of this month, which would have been Wednesday, I was working on a series of stories. As many people know, I'm a political commentator. I go out to events, I interview various politicians, and I cover what's going on. And on the 23rd of January, this Wednesday, I was writing articles in reference to the New York gun laws and the Islamberg bombing plot, and trying to explain how the gun laws that are being proposed in New York and therefore also looking to be put into the 2020 president at the Binghamton City Council meeting. And I made a comment about the ethics violations and lack of transparency of one of the members of the city council. In addition, on the 23rd, I had listened to and I had reported on Anthony Brindisi holding his first town hall via a phone call and was talking about that. And I also provided as a public service announcement the entire town hall phone call with Anthony Brindisi. So people would be able to have a full reference of exactly what was said by their congressman and what were people asking questions about. So all of that is to say that, so there's a lot of information. I was talking about a congressman. I was talking, so that's federal government. I was talking about a local councilman. That's local government. I was talking about state laws that were set to take away the rights and freedoms based on the Constitution that many people in New York State have. So that's state level. So I was covering all three levels of government and discussing them on serious issues about how politicians are affecting our laws, about corruption in government, about restrictions in our freedoms. I think these are all serious issues. And I noticed that during the day, on the 23rd, while I was in the process of writing up several of these articles, I got this message on my phone. On my phone, suddenly at 10:40, it was actually a little bit before 10:48 a.m., slightly before this, but roughly about 10:48 a.m., I got this message that Facebook, out of the blue, for roughly 10 minutes, was accessing my camera on my phone. Now, I know you've heard a lot of things, and I know that the BBC and in England, in the UK, there were many people who had The Sun and The Guardian, and a couple of others had some articles saying in 2017 and again in 2018 that Facebook had filed a patent that would allow them to get into people's cameras so that they could take pictures of your face as you're using Facebook and the internet to get your facial expressions for a facial recognition software. fine. I don't use facial recognition software. I don't have an iPhone. That's not something that I use. And that's not part of the software on my phone, nor do I use it for Facebook. But a lot of people saw it and thought, well, it's not nearly as bad as you think it is. It's not nearly as terrible as you think it is. It's not going to be like that. But that was news in the UK. In the United States, really not a whole lot of information about this. Not a lot of people were talking about it. But you heard conspiracy theories that people said, you know what, Facebook is out there. They're trying to do something. They're trying to slip something past the public, and they're trying to use people, and they're trying to spy on people. And a lot of people said, well, you're just book. Used my app, the Facebook app, to be able to access my camera phone. And I'm not sure if that's at 10:27 or for 10 minutes and 27 seconds. And I tend to believe that it was for 10 minutes and 27 seconds that Facebook got into me. Whether it's for 10 minutes or at 10:27 a.m., I don't care. Facebook was spying on me. And if it weren't for my phone to tell me after the fact that Facebook had accessed my phone and had used that to take pictures of me, and I would assume, since it's taking the video of me, it's also taking the audio, listening to what I was saying and listening to my conversations. Now, Facebook can say, you signed the non-disclosure agreement that absolutely no one has ever read. No one reads that disclosure. And everyone signs it and clicks right on through and keeps on going about their day to use Facebook for their best interest. You know, whether you're going to do live podcasting, contacting your friends, just checking out what other people say, whatever it is that you use Facebook for, it doesn't really matter. The fact is that once you sign that user agreement, in there is a stipulation, it appears, that allows them to access your camera and your devices to find out what you're saying. So yes, they can use your webcam and they can use your tablet and your cell phone, if you've used it to use Facebook, to find out what you're saying. That is a massive invasion of privacy of a level that I just can't imagine. And I can tell you, to my knowledge, I have never received January in 2019 where I was told Facebook is accessing my information. Now, I'm kind of upset, one, that this information only lasts for a month. So if for some reason you miss it, they may be in there. And if you didn't notice that notification, because I didn't get a chance to take a picture of that immediately, I left that on my screen until I had the opportunity to take a picture with another phone of my phone so that I could bring this to you. And I meant to bring it a little bit sooner, but I've been busy. A lot of articles, a lot of interviews with politicians. So it took up a lot of time. But that's the thing that's important, is if I had missed it, if I had by chance clicked past it to something else, I didn't even know where that was in my phone to see where the permissions were that Facebook was using to be able to get this. I did subsequently disable it so that Facebook no longer has the ability to go in there. I did take away that permission from them. And that's going through my phone and going through the different sections. And I didn't even know I had those sections to go into to protect myself. Buyer beware. I'll give you that. I didn't know about it. I hadn't searched for it. I didn't think that was something that was necessary or important. I thought my Fourth Amendment rights were protected from Facebook. Just because I use their service doesn't mean I want them to have access to my personal life, to be able to just randomly check out what am I doing and recording whatever I happen to be doing at whatever time of day or night or whatever. But think about that. People take their cell phones into the bathrooms with them. You could have Facebook recording people in their bathrooms, something that is explicitly illegal in New York State. You can't take a picture of someone in the bathroom without their permission and knowledge. And even then it's iffy. But Facebook might be doing that. Facebook didn't know where I was in my house when this happened. They didn't know that I happened to be writing an article, so all they got was a picture of my ceiling. But Facebook didn't know that. I could have been in a bath. I could have been out with a girlfriend. I could have been in the restroom using that. Facebook had no idea, and they recorded it anyway. Who has possession of that video, I wonder? Who in Facebook is using that? And are they using that? And Facebook is famously not in favor of conservatives, not in favor of Republicans. And I am a conservative Republican. So is Facebook planning to use this information and give it to the Democratic National Committee to use it against me? Are they going to give it to candidates to try and use against me and discredit me and or the Republican Party in the region? Are they using it so that if businesses, maybe they're selling to businesses that I might apply to a job for? What is Facebook doing with this information? How long does Facebook have that information? Shouldn't we be concerned? Now, I've spent over a year, actually 2 or 3 years now, having Facebook suppress my information because I am a political commentary, because I am a Republican, because I am conservative. That they have, and these are things that they've admitted to Congress and to the Senate in hearings, saying that they actively have algorithms that depress and suppress and hide, if not outright prevent, people who are not progressives from being able to spread their thoughts and share them with their friends. So they're attacking our First Amendment freedom given through their system that they own privately. I give them that. But they are promising the freedom to be able to express yourself on their system. And at the same time, they are removing the ability for people to be able to express themselves when that expression isn't what the ownership of Facebook likes. And at the same time, they are spying on individuals. Now, I don't know if it has anything to do with what Facebook and questions about politicians who, in this case, happen to be Democratic, but so what? I was expressing my opinion and putting out my political commentary. What are they doing? Everyone should be concerned about this. You need to go through your phone and check your applications and make sure that Facebook doesn't have the ability to randomly go into your phone. And again, this isn't a conspiracy theory. This is what happened. This is what my phone showed me, that they went into my camera and started recording without my permission, without my knowledge. So it's not a conspiracy. This isn't some outlandish idea that no one could prove. I'm telling you and I'm showing you it happens. It is happening. The question that really needs to be asked, is this happening to Democrats, to progressives? Is this only happening to Republicans and conservatives? Who is using this information? What are they using this information for? Why do they need it? How do they have that authorization? Because I did not explicitly give them the permission, to my knowledge, that they can spy on me at any given time that they so choose. I gave them permission to use, for me to give them the right to reprint anything that I use on their system, given it's their system, and that I can be moderated by their system. But you have to wonder, what are they doing with this? Who's collecting this data? What are they doing with this data? In addition to the fact that they're suppressing it. And I would love to know, are there other Republicans out there that are having this problem? Have other conservative groups gotten this same message saying that Facebook is addressing them? Or even Democrats, libertarians, and progressives? Have you gotten that? What is Facebook doing? We should all be very, very concerned. That is my thought. And This took a little bit longer than it should, but I wanted to just share this with you. It is a concern. I've been busy with a lot of other articles and interviews with politicians recently, but I wanted to take a moment to share this with you. I did not want it to pass by. I did want you to know, be aware, Facebook is spying on you. Facebook is recording you without your information. And it might be isolated to just Republicans and conservatives. It might be isolated to certain news articles that trigger it. I don't know. But I don't know who it's happening to, when, and why, and what they are doing with that information. And we should all be very, very concerned. And I will be providing this to my congressman and to my senator without any notification, at the very least, if at all. But you tell me, what do you think? What do you believe Facebook should be allowed to do? Should they be able to just randomly spy on you? Should they give us a notification that they're trying to? Well, that's my question for this evening on Saturday the 26th at 9:21 p.m. for my email. I look forward to hearing you on any of the mediums that I am out there on, and hopefully we'll get some answers here. I look forward to it, and if I do, I will be happy to provide them with you as well. Until then, until the next time, I want to thank everyone again for checking out the No Soundbites Allowed podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you and sharing your time with me. I want you to have a great Saturday. Be safe, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Thank you very much.